Okay, so thank you for joining me for dinner again tonight. I've currently have 3 boneless, skinless chicken thighs cut into strips and placed in this here pan with some avocado oil. And that is all I've done so far. I'm at the moment going to turn it up to a medium-high heat, and I'm going to add some Jar-lic to get it started on the seasoning before we cut up our veggies. So on tonight's menu, we're having chicken fajitas. Also add some onion powder, salt, pepper, and smoked paprika. Okay, now we're going to put our lid on that and let the meat start to cook while we move on to cutting our veggies. Okay, so tonight, or like I said, we're going to have fajitas. So I'm going to take 2 yellow peppers and cut them up. Sometimes they clean up nicely and sometimes they do not. But got 2 nice clean seedless insides now. Okay, so let's cut these into strips. You need a decently sharp knife to get good clean strips of pepper here. And they can be a little squishy, which makes it hard sometimes. Okay, so cut to the side. I don't want any really big chunks because they won't cook evenly. You want your onions and your peppers and everything to cook evenly. Okay, so now we've got our our yellow pepper. At least I got the right vegetable this time instead. It's just the wrong color. So we got our yellow pepper all cut up, and now I'm going to cut up a sweet onion. Okay, so now we got our veggies cut up. I can hear that our chicken is fairly well cooked or sizzling. So let's now take our peppers and onions and add them to our chicken here. Veggies here. Sounds like it's cooking good. Yeah, that looks yummy. Okay. Our beautiful yellow peppers and our sweet onion here straight into the pan. I missed a little bit here. Okay, so we're going to just move them around a little bit so they're evenly distributed. And we're going to cover and allow them to soften. And while we're allowing those to soften, we will start on our refried beans. This is super easy. I like super easy. So all we're taking is a can of refried beans and adding them to a pan and warming them up. I'm hoping this will be satisfying. Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Sure, that can feels better. All right. Just break that down a little bit. Okay, and I am just going to cover, and then I'm going to put it on medium heat and just let that heat up while everything else is getting done as well. So for tonight's meal, we're actually using a new Mission's gluten-free tortilla that is made with chickpeas. And as a protein girl and someone who's always trying to find a way to find fiber, I was excited and grabbed these instantly. So I'm going to warm these up by putting them on a parchment-covered tray. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to warm up all of them. So there's 6 tortillas there, which would give us all 2 each if we wanted them. But I'll probably only eat one, and my son will probably only eat one. Okay, so now I'm going to take a wet paper towel and place that over top. Now when I say wet though, I don't mean like absolutely soaked. Just run it under water for a second and then squeeze it out. Unpeel it the best you can. I'm not having a lot of luck, but you know, I don't have a lot of luck. Okay, whatever, we can make this work. Okay, one here. There, okay. So as you can see, covered in a damp paper towel. And I'm just going to stick that in my toaster oven at 150 degrees. Probably for not very long. Okay, so let's see how our chicken is doing here. Ooh. Well, excuse me, I can't see. Like, I can't see without these, and right now I can't see with them. Okay. Ooh. All right. Awesome. Okay, so our veggies are starting to soften up. They smell really, really good, but they're not seasoned. So everything here needs to be seasoned. Okay. And like I said, we're having fajitas, so that means we need to have a few spices. Okay, so garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, smoked paprika, some chili, salt, and black pepper. Okay, awesome. So now I am going to cover once again, but I'm going to turn it down to medium. Just to allow that to cook out just a bit more. It's almost done. Okay, now we're going to check on our beans. Okay, so our beans are starting to heat up and spread so they're not all chunky. So that is looking great and moving along perfectly. Okay, so everything's done and I'm going to plate it up how I would make it for myself and everyone else in my family. So to start off, we're going to take one of those tortillas, which are nice and warm, floppy. Okay, we lay that sucker down. And then we don't have any sour cream, but I use non-fat plain Greek yogurt to replicate sour cream. And I like to spread that on the bottom so that it's in every bite. Alright, so we've got that spread. And then we'll take our beans here. Those are really hot. Okay. So we got our beans on there. And now we're going to take a nice scoop of our chicken, peppers, and onion mix here. That looks so good. Okay, to top it off, we're just going to take, this is my preferred kind of cheese. You do get this at Walmart, not all these. I just like how it melts better. So we're just going to take some of this here. Okay. Boom. Okay, so that's what it looks like all layered up. Okay, I do have to roll it, but I need it to cool a little bit before I try to eat it. So, anyways, I'll be back in a minute. All right, so it's been a few minutes, so hopefully it's not absolute lava. I'm gonna roll it up. You just take one end, roll over, and boom. No, I didn't work in Taco Bell or anything. So if it turns out a mess, don't blame me. Okay. Besides, messy is better when it comes to these. Okay, first bite. Thumbs up. Mm. Okay, so those are super good. Um, in fact, I'd eat that. In fact, I'm gonna go eat that. But you should too. Have a good one.